Hey yo, I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again with another G.I. Joe action figure review. In today's episode, we're taking a look at the 2018 G.I. Joe convention exclusive Sonic Fighters Law. So, this was a really cool figure. The Sonic Fighters were a subset of the vintage line here. Basically, they came with little electronic backpacks that made sounds. They had usually like 4 buttons on them. You get a different sound for each button you press. So they took and kind of repackaged some of the regular Joes from the line and some of the Cobras and gave them the backpacks and some really cool looking Sonic weapons. And there you go, you had the Sonic Fighters line. And so, at the convention exclusive this year, they released a subset here for the new modern versions of the figures that included kind of a throwback to those figures as well. So, and that's where Law comes in. He's one of the figures featured in that set. So, very cool looking, nice packaged artwork here. Very cool depiction of Law here, fire and everything, the nice Sonic Fighters logo here at the bottom. Flipping it over to the back, we get the blown up artwork here and the actual file card. And I'll let y'all pause to read that if you would like here. Hopefully you can still see that. I'm not sure about the light here, but there you go. So anyways, this was a cool little extra bonus here for the convention here. Let's go ahead and open this guy up and take a look. The only thing that never really has sat right with me, even from the vintage line version, was just the fact that they forgot Law's doggy order. And they were kind of a paired team, and I never could really understand why they kind of unpaired them. If anybody has any thoughts on that, feel free to drop a comment down below there, but that's always kind of bugged me, is why we never actually got, or I guess it was probably a tooling issue or something. They didn't have the funds for the figure to do the figure and the dog at the same time, but you know, whatever. So let's go ahead and pull the figure out of the package here. And his helmet wanted to stay in there. Cool pistol-y thing here. We got this other cool assault rifle Sonic blastery thing. We do have the figure stand and the helmet that's stuck in there. So there we go. Not a lot of accessories here, but again, this was kind of the Sonic Fighters. So kind of the backpack was the accessory in this particular case, which I guess they didn't feel like it was worthwhile replicating for the figure release here, but there we go. Zoom! There we are. Picking up with the figure stand here. Nice traditional 25th anniversary modern battle stand here. G.I. Joe logo here raised. 2 foot pegs and the code name here on the front here. Beyond that, pretty standard, straightforward figure stand. Let's go for accessories first. Let's go with the pistol here. So some interesting detail work here. It's not a lot going on, but still enough to give it some details. Kind of the thought behind these weapons here with at least the vintage line was that these were experimental weapons using Sonic technology. So that's kind of why they look a little outlandish. And they definitely managed to capture that feeling here with these as well. This thing definitely looks like a radar dish thing on the front here, a sound wave amplifier or something. I have no idea what these things are actually called, so if you know specifically what this is supposed to be referenced as, drop a comment down below and let us all know. It's an interesting take anyway, so yes. We also do get the cool MP helmet here. Fits on his head pretty easily here, and looks pretty good. We'll leave that to the side. We also get on his side here, he does have his holstered pistol. and the silencer here. Let's go ahead and pull that out and take a look at it here. So this is kind of the same traditional pistol and silencer we've had in many different versions of these guys. So the silencer just kind of fits onto the end of the barrel here, like so. And it actually works really well, and it's really cool that they do have the actual holster itself fixed up so that it actually fits the pistol and the actual silencer as well. So that is a really nice touch. I also tend to use this as a little miniature flashlight. So it doesn't have to be a silencer all the time. You know, use your imagination. Whatever you want it to be is what it will be. Beyond that, everything else is kind of sculpted in here. So let's take a look at that and see what we got. The knife here has got some really nice sculpt work, the gold plating on it. He's got his little badge right there, some cool pouches, the holstered pistol there on his side. Got a nice little strap here on his back here for his vest. Some cool other little pouches here, there, and abouts, and his MP armband there. So also some nice detail work on the gloves here. I don't always notice those things, but really nice textures there. The head sculpt is pretty cool looking as well. It does look like they've got a little bit of missing paint on this one. Not that big of a deal. It actually gives him kind of a two-tone coloring effect here that works really well, but I think this is just this one particular figure. So anyways, it's the only thing I will point out here is that the way his eyes are painted, it looks like he's looking up at something. So it's a little bit offsetting to me, but and maybe it's just this particular one that I got, but it still looks cool. I do like it with the helmet on. Looks pretty nice. Very cool. I've always really liked the character itself anyways. He was kind of introduced in the G.I. Joe movie along with the rest of the cast of characters in that. Articulation wise, we do have 360 degrees on the head, and he does have plenty of up and down motion. He does have the standard ball and swivel at the shoulder joints. Standard ball and swivel at the elbow joints. Swivel and rocker on the wrist. So that's really cool. Standard waist twist, or rib cage twist, I guess is a better accurate description here. The ab crunch feature also works really well with this guy. Standard T-hook at the waist, double knee joints, and swivel and rocker here at the ankle joint. So all in all, a really nice job on the articulation here. This guy doesn't really have a whole lot of detail work going on, but his vest kind of works in his favor here. It's got enough details in it that it just kind of works. And as far as the color scheme goes, I actually do like this green and gray color scheme here for Law. His vintage release version is still probably more iconic, but for whatever reason, I really do like this green and kind of beige khaki color scheme here. It works really well, to be honest with you, and I'm actually surprised at how well it does work, but it does. So yes, I would almost say I actually like this version of the figure a little bit more than the actual full release that we got. So do with that what you will. Anyways, let's go ahead and gear this guy up here. So we have this really big laser rifle thing that we're going to stick in this hand over here. And then we got this crazy sonic pistol thing in this hand. And there you go. He's all geared up and ready to rock. So Yeah, this figure actually ends up being really outstanding to me. I'm really liking it. The only thing I don't really like about it is the fact he doesn't have his puppy order. So it's okay. I understand. We're moving past that. The figure itself, though, is really awesome. Again, it is a convention exclusive, so you're going to have the added price tag that goes along with that. In addition, 2018 was the last convention that we've got on the books here. So, in other words, there are not going to be more conventions exclusively for the G.I. Joes. So, that will also add to the extended price tag on this guy. That being said, it ends up adding up pretty easily. And unfortunately, if you weren't able to pick this guy up at the convention, the secondary market is going to kind of kill you on this guy. It's going to be close to 100 easily for this one. In comparison with the actual original release of the Law figure from the figure subscription service, it actually comes in a little under that original release. For whatever reason, that thing is really hard to come by. So this one is a good alternative if you have not been able to pick up that original release. So I would say go get this one instead. You don't get the dog, but you get the cool new color scheme here that really does work well. So there you go. That's the review. That's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching. Drop some comments down below. Let us know what you think of the Sonic Fighters version of Law. If you'd like to see anything in future episodes, let me know that as well. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with friends and let them know how cool and awesome these G.I. Joe figures are. Until next time, Yo Joe!